morning, Corbin Middle School. On this week's episode of Keeping Up with Corbin, we have your weekly announcement.
Sports news.
Your 5-day weather forecast.
And more, so stay tuned. Keeping Up with Corbin starts right now. Welcome back to Keeping Up with Corbin. I'm Corbin. Remember, report cards go home on Friday. Also, morning ESS takes place in the 7th grade computer lab Monday through Friday until 8 a.m. Next up, Emma will be giving us book recommendations in the book Nook.
Hello and welcome to the Book Nook. Today we will be looking at a realistic fiction book Miss Gordon has in the library, Song for a Well, written by Lynn Kelly. In Song for a Well, 12-year-old Iris becomes obsessed with a well whose song is so off-pitch he's become unrecognizable to other wells. She feels compelled to communicate with this well and to let him know that he's not alone. In fact, she's willing to break family and school rules to reach him. She knows how horrible it feels to be misunderstood. As a deaf kid in a hearing world, she understands being an outsider very well. Even her parents avoid accepting her for who she is. But Iris is determined to reach out to a misfit from another species to let him know that someone understands his loneliness. Even she's only human. Next up, Seth with the 5-day weather forecast.
Here's your 5-day weather forecast. Monday will be 82 with a 33% chance of isolated thunderstorms. Tuesday will be 83 with a 38% chance of evening thunderstorms. Wednesday will be 79 with a chance of morning rain. And it looks like the rain will stop on Thursday, where it will be 79 and cloudy. Friday it will be 79 and sunny. Next up, Hunter with Red Hound Sports.
Thanks, everyone. Now on sports for this week. Girls basketball will be traveling to Clay County to take them on Thursday. CMS football will be traveling to Lexington Catholic this Saturday. That's all for sports. Have you ever thought what you would take on a deserted island? Braxton with Question of the Week.
Joseph, what are 3 things you'd take on a deserted island?
My Bible and my Reese cups and my clothes.
All right, Joseph, thanks. All right, Miss Jackson.
Hello.
What are 3 things that you would take on a desert island?
3 things that I would take on a deserted island. First of all, right off the bat, top of my head, I would take my Bible. I would need that for strength and endurance and to figure out, direction and have hope and peace. So my very first thing would be my Bible. Secondly, I guess I would have to provide for myself. So I would need like some type of really big knife, like a machete or something. So it would help me with food and shelter. I would need something to help me with water, right? Because if I'm on a deserted island, I would be surrounded with like salt water. I'm not a science person, but I'm just thinking, hey, and you know what? I watch a lot of Survivor. So that's what I think I would need. Food, shelter, water, and strength from the good Lord above. So that would be my 3. And can I pick a person?
Sure.
I would take Coach Jackson because he would always have my back and take good care of me.
So,
I would let his muscles do all the work with the machete.
Yeah. Good plan.
Thanks.
So you think you guys would make it back?
Oh, absolutely, positively, teamwork, baby.
All right.
The Jackson duo, we'd make it back.
Yep. I believe it.
All right, thanks.
Thanks.
All right.
All right. So, what are 3 things you would take on a deserted island?
Food, like a cow, like that's what I meant by food. An axe, and a boat.
Dope.
Yeah.
All right. Miss Bryant.
I would take my dad because he can build anything. He can build my house. I would take some flint to make a fire because if you have fire, you can survive and stay warm and keep all the weird critters away. Nobody wants to get bit by bugs. And I would also take a fishing pole and I would learn to fish and grill that fish over the fire or flame it over the fire.
All right, Mr. Smith. So, what are 3 things you would take on a deserted island?
If I was on a deserted island, I could only bring 3 things. Obviously, number 1 would be a fishing pole. Number 2 would be fishing line, because a fishing pole does you no good if you don't have line, right? And then number 3 would be a spinnerbait. So those 3 things, I'll be able to catch all the fish I want, and I'll be able to supply myself with food, and I would be a happy man.
All right, Miss Preston.
Yes.
What are 3 things you would take on a deserted island?
Okay. You all should know I've had a hard time with this question, but I think I've come up with the 3 perfect things. Are you ready? Okay, my first item I would bring is actually a person. I would bring Mr. Ball because Mr. Ball not only could help me survive on the island, but also he's going to figure out a way to get off of the island if we don't need to stay there, or we may just go ahead and start Ballvania. That would be a pretty cool place to live. My second item that I would bring would be my Bible, so I can do some good reading while I am waiting on Mr. Ball to do all the work, And then I would bring John Preston for something nice to look at while I was waiting, because John Preston's one good-looking man, y'all. I'm not gonna lie to you.
The Keeping Up with Corbin cast and crew would like to say happy birthday to Miss Jones, Lillian Lynn, Olivia Garcia, Cam Estep, Maddox Stanley, Raylan Lester, Corbin Johnson, Sophia Luke, Gabriel Gray, Cameron Smith, Raylan Taylor, Kylie Corona. Now let's turn it back over to Sheree, who has the lunch menu for next week. This week in the cafeteria we will have orange chicken, rice, and steamed vegetables on Monday. And on Tuesday we will have cheesy beef nachos, salad, and queso. Wednesday we will have pulled pork sandwiches, baked beans, and chips. On Thursday we will have spaghetti with meat sauce, salad, and garlic toast. And on Friday, you already know, it's chicken nugget day with mashed potatoes and broccoli and cheese.
Thanks for joining us this week, CMS. Be sure to follow CMS on Instagram for behind-the-scenes photos of the Keeping Up with Corbin cast. And make sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel to stay up to date with all of our latest projects.
You can submit book reviews to be featured on our newscast using Destiny Discover. Look for more information on how to submit a review from your language arts teacher. If your review is selected, we will feature it on the show, and you will be eligible to win a prize from Miss Gordon.